Seconds.
There you go. Welcome to Fight Week. How you feeling?
Feeling great, feeling great. Especially getting here to the Apex, and it's awesome. Environment and feeling great to be back here.
Yeah, a very fun booking I think for the fans. You and Billy Q, right? He's coming off a layoff and he always brings fun fights. So what was your reaction like when you got the call to fight him?
I was expecting another opponent, but I like I think it's a match it makes sense a lot to me, and I think we're gonna put a great game, a great fight because both of us moving forward, never run back. So I'm got really excited to get that match too.
Yeah, and obviously he was at 45 before. Now he's fighting you at lightweight. So could be difficult maybe to use his last fight as direct film for this one. But what do you take from his last fights that he fought over at featherweight?
I think it's something you have to really watch out, especially because one, he coming from 145. I know he's not gonna have to call away or beat up his body too much, but I feel gonna have the upper hand, especially because it's gonna be a little harder for him to grapple, and having this strategy normally use it is getting punched, and the punch is gonna be a little bit harder, a little bit more heavy, especially with me. So I gotta be punched much more harder than those guys fighting 145, and it gonna be. I know it's something he have to really watch out, and I'm looking to take that advantage.
Yeah, and what do you make from what do you take from your last two fights that you turned around and improve on for this one?
I changed a lot for my last fight, especially for my last fight. I didn't train at what I was supposed to do. I took advice I was not supposed to take, but I took in a short notice fight. 2 weeks it was not enough time. I was getting prepared for a different fighter, so but this time I put much more work, much more, especially my skills on wrestling and Muay Thai. Like I have different trainers now, so I put a more professional work in. Another one too. Um, I moved from South Texas, all the way to Dallas, so I don't have to put those 9 hours driving I normally used to do every single week. So that is not having it on my shoulders no more. Not be able to rest more, be more able to capitalize on those things, those mistakes I made in my last few fights. So, but the pressure is there. So, but I feel like I'm prepared for this. I feel like I'm really on this fight. So I feel much more greater, and I feel like I want to put a better fight than before.
No, that's awesome. And when you mentioned there that you took advice you shouldn't have, well, what's the advice you shouldn't have taken?
I wasn't supposed to take that fight. I really want to. My last loss was not because I want to make some money. No, I really want to. I was moving from, like the way I say, I want to move from. I moved from South Texas to Melissa, Texas. So I want to buy my house. I want to put a lot of pressure on myself. I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. So I was not supposed to. I was supposed to enjoy it with the moment and getting more time. Like, no, let me adjust my life before anything. But it is what it is. Sometimes you have to take the risk, and I take the risk. Now, that guy was the best. He was a better man on that day. But I think I'm better than that. I believe in myself. I'm better than that, and that's what I did. I took like some advice out, and then no, let me practically just training harder and make sure I'm gonna learn different style. So it's something I'm really putting together in this camp.
For sure. Well, it's good to see you here now, ahead of a fun fight. So, speaking of Billy Q, right? I mean, we've seen him in these warlike type of fights, and obviously you're no stranger to those fights as well. So, is that what you've been expecting this whole camp for?
I think that's what we're looking for. He's the type of guy that's a durable guy, 145. He used to get hit a lot, to move forward to make the opening tire. And like the way it says, like it's a danger area, but I think it's good for both of us, And I want to be in those war, but I want to be smarter, not like like a hardcore striker. But I know I have to work on my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling, the things I'm really working putting together. And if you had to stand up, it's something I'm really looking for. But if we had to take the ground, we're gonna take to the ground the way to take the win.
For sure. And last one for me. Obviously, a lot of fans had this one circled on their calendar for Saturday. If you guys go out there, put on a great show, and walk away with the bonus, obviously the bonus has been raised a bit since the Paramount deal. What are you doing with that?
Yeah, it's awesome because as a 100K now on the bonus, it's something I'm really looking for. I want to be at the fight at night. That's what I'm looking for. I want to, put a war, but it makes more. If I have to go and get a finish of the night, that's what I'm looking for Saturday night.
Diego, are you thinking at all about the end of your career, or are you just going to be kind of just fight until you don't feel like it anymore?
I want to enjoy. I'm not looking to retire yet. Like a lot of people been asking me that the same question. But right now, I want to live at the moment, and I enjoy to be here. I like to be a fighter. I like to be a professional fighter, and it's something I took it like that far, and I never thought about like being having that kind of lifestyle, and and I want to enjoy it now. I want to do things for me. I did for a purpose in my life in the beginning, but now I feel like I want to do for me. I want to do this for as long as I can.
Did you think that you'd be fighting at 41 years old?
Never, never thought of being exactly. That's the question the Brazilian guys ask me. Hey, how you got into UFC? How I say I never thought I'd be on UFC. First of all, I never thought it. Now, thank God, I've been 12 years on UFC. I enjoy this time, enjoying to be surrounded the tough men in the world. So I want to enjoy a little bit more. Now I want to do things for myself. So I enjoy.
And you kind of mentioned about like how much of a relief is it that you're not driving 9 hours to train once a week?
Yeah, it was hard for me. I'm from South Texas now, from Melissa, Texas. It's you know, it's 9 hours driving from South Texas to Dallas. For me, it was a toll on my body. Like I don't have to do that because now I'm like 30, 40 minutes away from my gym. From Forest MMA. So it's so much more easy be around those professional fighters. Those professional fighters, that's what we're supposed to be in the beginning of everything. But I love my city I choose to be. In the beginning of my career, I love everything I construct out there. But I knew that the time it was gonna come when to supposed to move, and then I choose the right place in Melissa, Texas, because that's the place I have everything. I have a wrestling, I have a jiu-jitsu, I have the Muay Thai coach. So the be surrounded those people are something I was looking for, and I have the right time to choose that, and not be able to like drive 9 hours is much better enough for me.
Awesome. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Diego, you touched on it with Alex about being 41, but do you ever just take a little time out to just reflect and be like, I've led a good life. I'm healthy. I stayed away from certain demons that have kept guys from the cage and from having these 12-year careers. Have you done that, or do you do that on a regular? Just acknowledge your work because you're here 12 years strong, man.
No, man. Like you asking me right now, I never thought about it. But I was always smart about that. Like I was really taking care of my body. I was thinking about I want to live a life as an athlete. So I was be out of the of bars, hang out with the wrong people. So to me, it was not even a sacrifice. I was this lifestyle I have for myself. I love to be there. And one of the things I like be a family guy. I like to be surrounded my kids, my wife, my family. The people really love and care about me. The people really work hard with me to train jiu-jitsu or train MMA. So that's the choice I always have in my life. And then I think my kids that see it now, and that's what I want them to follow the steps, and then having the choice to having surround people want the same dream, and then that's what I was looking for at the beginning of my career, and be a professional fighter. I knew it was not gonna be easy, but now the way you say, like now I say I was having through my mind right now thinking about it, but it's awesome, looking back, and then. I don't regret not even a bit, be out of the night and be able to be a professional fighter in my whole life. And now just I'm taking this like like more like a big big ego on me, like because I love to be an athlete. So the way you explain it to me, it's awesome to just highlight back on the, and have that on me.
Awesome, man. Well, I acknowledge you. I'm sure the family's super proud that you've made it this far. Are the kids coming to the fight Saturday,
For
or have
sure.
they been? Yeah.
Very sure. They always come, like one thing. I'm the type of bird guy, where I go, I take my kids. They can, especially take my PlayStation 3 too, PlayStation 5. So it's like that. Like wherever I go, I take my kids, and I know my kids are gonna be enjoying to be on that time with me. Be able to play video game with me, be sitting down and ask me questions. Nobody so much to ask, because it's so personal. But I love the time. I like to be on the war with my family around.
That's awesome, man. And that's time you can't get back. So you got to make it count. But what are you playing on PlayStation 5? What are your games?
I play Call of Duty all the time, but I play FIFA sometimes, but it's Call of Duty all day long, and my kids love to, so they enjoy to be on that time with dad and time on the front of the TV. And I enjoyed much more because I can see my kids all the time, man, and see what they really growing up to be, and then I enjoyed the whole single minute.
That's awesome. Well, this Saturday is not a game. You are being called to duty against a striker who, and this reminds me of like an Anthony Pettis fight where I know it's going to be a banger. I know it's going to be exciting. But are you willing to do those engagements and give the fans what they want? Or is this seasoned 12-year pro going to be a little more tactical, kind of, let's think more, be smarter in there?
It's be smarter, yeah, for sure it will, but when you cannot change a warrior, you cannot change a man. He's been making this history like that long. I think the pressure is still gonna be there going forward. Is the goal? Put the war like how I did in Anthony Pettis is the same goal. But yeah, be more seasoning, be more patient at the things I have to be, where I have to be. But I'm always looking for the finish. I'm always looking to fight, bite my mouthpiece and going forward. But this time I'm taking my choices, but I want to looking for the finish for this one. Especially getting now how my another guy's just saying, like looking for the bonus. So it's not going to happen just walking back, It's going to happen moving forward. So I'm looking to that, get those 100K, for the fight of the night.
That's awesome, man. Last for me, Paramount Plus, co-main event, just the big stage. But you touched on something very important, that Billy's moving up from feather to lightweight. Do you feel that you have, and we'll say advantage, because it's one thing to train from featherweight to lightweight, but once you're actually in there and to acclimate and be in those hard 15 minutes, it's a totally different thing to prepare for lightweight, but to actually be a lightweight, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like I know maybe he don't change his camp either, but I always train on Fit 5. I know how hard the guys I used to train with the guys 170 all the time, like so. I'm used to, I know he didn't have this kind of maybe trained partners, but I'm going to take that advantage because I know that's what he maybe thinks, like I'm a slow guy, I'm a slow starter, or maybe he think I'm old. But I'm looking to take the advantage. I know he never got hit the way he's going to get hit, so I think in my point of view, he didn't feel with a 155 weight class he is yet. So I'm looking to show him what it is.
And I think we're looking to all see what that is, and I can't wait for it. Good luck on Saturday, Diego.
Thank you.
Sir.
Diego, just one quick one outside of your fight. I know that you've been in Texas for a long time, but I know that you're a Brazilian fighter, and a lot of you Brazilian fighters are very close with each other. Recently, Alan Nascimento passed away, and I didn't know if you guys had any sort of relationship or what your thoughts on that situation were.
It's sad, it's something like, a young person passed like that. I didn't have no vincul with him, but I knew who he was, because he shoot boxing. I've been following shoot box for long as I know MMA. It's sad to see that, but all my sorrows for the family, but it's hard to touch on that point. But I'm just for me, on the moment I have right now, like it's more focusing on the fight. I'm sorry to say that, but I'm really old person thinking about death. I avoid that. Like I don't even like to talking about, but it's a point like. It's hard for the Brazilians, and it's hard to see the sorrow we're suffering right now. But I don't even have words for exactly. But I feel so sorry, like it's all about that. But all my Brazilian fans, all the Brazilians I know, they've been hurting right now about that.
Thank you, Diego.
Thank you.
On a brighter note, is there any message you'd like to share for kids or even fighters out there that want to be in your shoes, that want to be a co-main event?
Oh, man. First, I never thought I would be a co-main event in UFC. I never thought about it, but you just enjoy, having a great positive energy, be doing what you love. It's it's the secret, because that's the choice you're gonna take. It is gonna along the way you're gonna suffer, yeah, but when you're gonna start looking back, you're gonna see the bright side, and that's what I'm looking now, and for the younger generation coming up, that's all they have to do. Enjoy every single moment on you in the cage or outside the cage or when you're doing interviews. So I recommend just enjoy every single moment, because that's gonna pass so fast. You're not gonna even you're not thinking about it. But I enjoyed all that, and I expecting the whole new generation having the same.
Thank you.
Thank you.